Today is Saturday, May 23rd. Welcome to Big Book Daily. My name is Rob and I am an alcoholic. It is a thrill, honor, and joy to be here with you today as we journey through the Big Book of Alcoholics Anonymous and the 12 Steps and 12 Traditions. Today on the Big Book, we're on Chapter 9, The Family Afterward. We will be reading page 128. We are back in the 12 and 12 today by reading Tradition 5. We're on page 150. And of course, read the 24 hours a day and daily reflection. So with that, hope y'all are doing well this morning, my friends. Hey, it is Saturday morning. You know what that means. Cartoons, cereal, work is 1,000 miles away, right? Unless you work on Saturdays, I apologize. And hey, every day can be a Saturday, thanks to our one day at a time lifestyle, right? So with that, let's go ahead and get to the good stuff. All right, my friends, so if you recall from yesterday's reading out of the Big Book, The Family Afterward, we were talking about how, of course, it's important that the alcoholic takes care of the family as well. That yes, of course, these reparations will take time, but recovering alcoholic would be out of balance if he did not take care of his family as well. It says here, since the home has suffered more than anything else, it is well that a man exert himself there. He's not likely to get far in any direction if he fails to show unselfishness and love under his own roof. So with that, we will read page 128 today. Assume, on the other hand, that Father has, at the outset, a stirring spiritual experience. Overnight, as it were, he is a different man. He becomes a religious enthusiast. He is unable to focus on anything else. As soon as his sobriety begins to be taken as a matter of course, the family may look at their strange new dad with apprehension, then with irritation. There is talk about spiritual matters morning, noon, and night. He may demand that the family find God in a hurry or exhibit amazing indifference to them and say that he is above worldly considerations. He may tell Mother, who has been religious all her life, that she doesn't know what it's all about and that she had better get his brand of spirituality while there's yet time. When Father takes this tack, the family may react unfavorably. They may be jealous of a God who has stolen Dad's affections. While grateful that he drinks no more, they might not like the idea that God has accomplished the miracle where they failed. They often forget that Father was beyond human aid. They may not see why their love and devotion did not straighten him out. Dad is not so spiritual after all, they say. If he means to right his past wrongs, why all this concern for everyone in the world but his family? What about his talk that God will take care of them? They suspect Father's a bit balmy. He is not so unbalanced as they might think. Many of us have experienced Dad's elation. We've indulged in spiritual intoxication. Like a gaunt prospector, belt drawn over the last ounce of food, our pick struck gold. Joy at our release from a lifetime of frustration knew no bounds. Father feels he has struck something better than gold. For a time, he may try to hug the new treasure to himself. He may not see that at once he has barely scratched a limitless load, which will pay dividends only if he minds it for the rest of his life and insists on giving away the entire product. Out of the 12 and 12 are on Tradition 5. Each group has but one primary purpose: to carry its message to the alcoholic who still suffers. Shoemaker, stick to thy last. Better to do one thing supremely well than many badly. That is the central theme of this tradition. Around it, our society gathers in unity. The very life of our fellowship requires the preservation of this principle. Alcoholics Anonymous can be likened to a group of physicians who might find a cure for cancer, and upon whose concerted work would depend the answer for sufferers of this disease. True, each physician in such a group might have his own specialty. Every doctor concerned would at times wish that he could devote himself to this chosen field rather than work only with this group. But once these men have hit upon a cure, once it became apparent that only by their united effort could this be accomplished, then all of them would feel bound to devote themselves solely to the relief of cancer. In the radiance of such a miraculous discovery, any doctor would set his other ambitions aside at whatever personal cost. Just as firmly bound by obligation are the members of Alcoholics Anonymous, who have demonstrated that they can help problem drinkers as others seldom can. The unique ability of each AA to identify himself with and bring recovery to the newcomer in no way depends upon his learning, eloquence, or on any special individual skills. The only thing that matters is that he is an alcoholic who has found a key to sobriety. These legacies of suffering and recovery are easily passed among alcoholics, one to the other. This is our gift from God, and its bestowal upon others like us is the one aim that today animates AAs all around the globe. "24 hours a day, May 23rd. AA Thought for the Day. The 12th step of AA, working with others, can be subdivided into 5 parts. 5 words beginning with the letter C. Confidence, confession, conviction, conversion, and continuance. The first thing in trying to help other alcoholics is to get their confidence. We do this by telling them our own experiences with drinking, so that they see that we know what we're talking about. If we share our experiences frankly, they will know that we are sincerely trying to help them. They will realize that they're not alone, and that others have had experiences as bad or worse than theirs. This gives them confidence that they can be helped. Do I care enough about other alcoholics to get their confidence? Meditation for the day. I fail not so much when tragedy happens as I did before the happening, by all the little things that I might have done but did not do. I must prepare for the future by doing the right thing at the right time now. If a thing should be done, I should deal with that thing today and get right with God before I allow myself to undertake any new duty. I should look upon myself as performing God's errands and then coming back to Him to tell Him in quiet communion that the message has been delivered or the task done. Prayer for the day. I pray that I may seek no credit for the results of what I do. I pray that I may leave the outcome of my actions to God. Daily Reflection, May 23rd. Spiritual Health. When the spiritual malady is overcome, we straighten out mentally and physically. Alcoholics Anonymous, page 64. It is very difficult for me to come to terms with my spiritual illness because of my great pride, disguised by my material successes and my intellectual power. Intelligence is not incompatible with humility, provided I place humility first. To seek prestige and wealth is the ultimate goal for many in the modern world. To be fashionable and to seem better than I really am is a spiritual illness. To recognize and to admit my weaknesses is the beginning of good spiritual health. It is a sign of spiritual health to be able to ask God every day to enlighten me, to recognize His will, and to have the strength to execute it. My spiritual health is excellent when I realize that the better I get, the more I discover how much help I need from others. All right, my friends, that concludes today's reading. And man, do I love that last reading about spiritual health. I'm going to read that last paragraph again. To recognize and to admit my weaknesses is the beginning of good spiritual health. I think right there, to recognize and to admit my weaknesses So to recognize I have some. Oh yeah, you betcha. Just because I'm not drinking doesn't mean I still can't be selfish. I can be selfish. And to admit my weaknesses. So that's acceptance and confession right there, right? Like, hey, I don't have this all figured out. I need help in this area right here. That's the beginning of good spiritual help, right? To realize we're not perfect. It is a sign of spiritual help to be able to ask God. So if we're not perfect, what do? Ask God every day to enlighten me. To recognize His will. So God, please help me. Enlighten me in what I need to work on. What is your will? And please, in the follow-up line here, give me the strength to execute that will. My spiritual health is excellent when I realize that the better I get, the more I discover how much help I need from others. That's a beautiful thing too, that I can get help from others. That iron sharpens iron. I'm going to be honest with you. Our instincts are inherently, they can be good. But when our instincts are like haywire, which might have certainly been at times, that's not good. And honestly, I never knew that. A lot of my anger and a lot of my resentments, they came from fear. And anger comes from a threat to one of my instincts or to one of my securities, whether it's social or the sex instinct or self-esteem. Today was one of those days where I was just in my head all day. I woke up feeling a little off, still did my morning routine and everything. And some days, it doesn't really matter to me what other people think. Because I'm spiritually maybe a little bit more fit. When my spirit's okay, I can be okay if somebody doesn't like me. Or I feel like somebody doesn't like me. I can be okay when somebody flat out disrespects me. But then there's other days where either I feel anger or fear or resentment or my feelings are hurt. And the reason that is because there's something not quite right inside. My spiritual condition, there's something wrong because I'm giving people way too much power over me. But here's the beauty, I can't do anything about other people and what they think of me. If my instincts are haywire, anything can trigger that anger. But I can't do anything about others. So what do? I can only worry about myself. I can do things for myself. One, going back to the daily reflection, recognize and admit my weaknesses. Get on my knees and say, God, I'm struggling in this area. And then, God, please enlighten me today. Show me what your will is today. And give me the strength to carry it out. Whatever that might be. And if I do those things, and I continue to do those things on a daily basis, once again, I can experience that peace, that joy, and that feeling like, okay, if you don't like me, no big deal. It's going to be okay. I will survive. But anyway, my friends, I don't know if that made any sense, but it did in my head at least. But anyways, my friends, I don't speak on behalf of AA, NA, Al-Anon, any other sect. I am just a joyful drunk in this lifeboat of recovery. Honored to be here today. And also, I would love to hear from you guys. It's been a little while since we've gotten a personal story or an email. So if you would love to share your experience, strength, and hope, I would love to narrate it on the podcast. bigbookdaily@gmail.com. Also, nobody's called into the Google Voice. Don't worry, I'm not going to pick up. Nobody else is going to pick up. It's just an answering service where you can share your experience, strength, and hope, or your thoughts on whatever reading we had for the day. The number is 865-309-5486. See, I remember it now. I don't even have to double check it anymore. That's pretty good. But my friends, I hope you have a great Saturday. Hope that you're able to live happy and joyous and free today. And if we are given another set of 24 hours, I sincerely look forward to seeing you right back here tomorrow.